Snoop. Okay. Should we keep it right there? Hey, Danny.
Hey, hey, Snoop.
Hey, what's going on?
Snoop.
How are you?
Not too bad. Chilling on this Sunday.
Love it.
Love it. Listen, we just finished up the elimination episode, so we got to get into some things. I got a lot of questions for you.
We got. Come on,
We
man.
got a lot
Let's
of
do
questions for
it.
you.
Let's
But
do it. I'm ready. You see, I got my wine. Chilling.
bad. So for those of you on the live, I'm Q from Juicy Talk Radio,
And I am SheGossipZ. I'm Kay.
and we're getting into the things of the things with Snooping for Love on Tubi.
Yes.
Listen, we've been talking about this shit all week, so I want you to. So I'm gonna start off just for those who don't know you. So like, let me tell you, I've been telling everybody I'm about to interview with Snoop, and I had my friends in Georgia like, you talking about Escobar Snoop or Snoop from The Wire? And I'm like Escobar Snoop. So tell us a little bit about you. I know you're from Detroit, so tell us how you migrated your way to Atlanta.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. So, born in Detroit, I was raised there probably until I was about 10 or 11. And then we moved to Nashville. So, basically grew up in Nashville, middle school years, high school. Went to college at Vanderbilt University when I was 16, graduated when I was 20. And I moved
Very
to,
smart.
thank you. I moved to Atlanta when I was like 24, 25. So I've been in Atlanta for about good 15 years. This is home now. As far as, who I am, I'm a serial entrepreneur, very heavy in the hospitality industry. I co-own a brand called Esco Restaurant and Franchise with the rapper Two Chains.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really into salon suites. I got about 8 salon suite locations that I also franchise as well.
Good
And I
job.
also consult and help people open up their own salon suites. I got a luxury car service. I do all kind of things. You name it, I do it. Done it before. So, and then recently, made my way into the TV and film industry. So, Snooping for Love, I actually created the idea for the show, and I also executive produced in it, and of course, starred in it as well. So, yep.
With all those businesses, I cannot believe anybody would call you broke.
Hat girl.
That is so
A
crazy to
damn
me.
fool, man.
I'm like, she got this, that. I'm like, no, broke where? Please.
Okay. I
Okay.
mean, she done been to my house, done been in my businesses and all that. Like I said, I guess she wanted to be read. I don't know why after sitting at that table on episode 2.
Hey, you blew her hair back. I
No.
said Snoop is not letting that shit go. We was
Nah, not at all.
Gotta
Nah,
look up
not
the
as hard
change.
as I work.
Right.
now. So question. So let me ask you a question because this is the dating world, like in the dating app world. What made you say, "Fuck the dating apps"? I'm gonna just do a show and see what's out there. Like, what made you go into the
It's so funny
flavor?
because I actually used to have a dating app called Girl Talk. I was one of the first people that actually put out a gay dating app, but it was like, man, it was several years ago before people had really gotten really good with coding, and so we had so many issues with it. It was like when apps first came out. But anyways, I really didn't want to get on a dating app because I just wanted to do something different. I was recently divorced. Like I said, I had already wanted to break into TV and film, but I always wanted to be behind the camera. I had ideas for shows and stuff like that. Always thought I would do like a documentary or a movie about my life. Definitely did not think I would be in front of the camera, but when I first announced that I was getting divorced, I had so many girls in my DMs. I was like, I should do a show. And I always loved like Flavor of Love, in my younger
Yeah.
days. So I was like,
Okay.
man, I'm gonna do something similar to that. So that was where that whole idea came about.
Okay. And so because you came up with the idea yourself, you chose the host. You chose
Yes,
the matchmaker.
yes,
I know
yes,
you're getting that. We got.
Those are your friends.
yes,
And
yep.
okay.
Go ahead.
What you trying to say?
Because this is the thing, right? Because we're coming to you because we have, entertainment entities. You know what I'm saying? We do the celebrity stuff, but we're coming to you as like fans of the show. We
Right.
really like your show.
Okay, I
Because I've never
appreciate
watched
that.
Tubi before
Yeah, she
watching.
never even watched this.
Oh,
This
really?
is the first
Wow.
time.
So you had to download it for the
I,
first time, huh? I
I
appreciate that.
did,
Thank you.
and so I watching the show and watching how your friends, you know, kind of acted in the scenes with the girls. Some of
Mm-hmm.
it was inappropriate, but I understand because had it been Q looking for love, you know, but some of the girls were really, they were a lot harsher than I thought they needed to be. Did they know other things that was not said on camera?
No, they didn't. But you know, I think another thing too that we have to keep in mind is that when you're filming a reality show, so number one, we filmed these 10 episodes in 12 days. I filmed the most, of course, because I was in almost every scene. So, you know, I was filming for about, you know, 12 to 14 hours each day. Now, in order to really bring out people's character and personalities,
Mm-hmm.
part of the budget was to have, you know, a surplus of alcohol
Okay.
on deck as well.
I
So,
would love to be there.
you know, I think, you know, with people drinking and stuff like that, you know, some different things came out. Also, you know, y'all got to keep in mind, you know, if we're filming 12 to 14 hours a day, there is tons of footage
Mm-hmm.
that did not make the cut.
Right.
You
right.
know, so I know the episode that you're speaking of, which is episode 5, the pool
Mm-hmm.
party episode, where
Mm-hmm.
Island Team was confronted. You know, that episode was just riddled with tons of rumors, right? So
Yes.
that episode when
That's a
Island
good one.
was confronted, yeah, that was a good one. So there was quite a bit going on, and it was funny because I did not even know that she had left until right before the cut, because
Right.
I
You
did
did
not
look
plan on
surprised
cutting
though.
her. You
Yeah.
know, I liked her. You know, I thought she was cool, and I thought that she just made an honest mistake. You know what I mean? I thought that,
Yes.
you know, she had, you know, I guess seen a picture, you know, of Taylor and I, you know,
Right.
being in Jamaica with some of her friends or whatever. And, you know, she told one of the girls,
Right.
that's normal. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
And I think it was
Well.
just blown out of proportion. But I think the spice of her as well as Jamaica
Yes.
just you know, kind of blew it into something else.
Right.
And, you know, Island Ting made the decision herself,
Right.
you know, to leave and send herself home, you know.
Right.
So that was kind of how that went down. But yeah, I feel like, you know, both of the matchmakers, you know, really brought something different to the table. It's funny because um, there was only supposed to be one host and there was only supposed to be one matchmaker originally.
Oh, okay.
And what happened was when we did casting, we had 2 days of casting, and so the very first day of casting, Mickey was not able to be there
Mm-hmm.
because she had a prior engagement.
Mm-hmm.
And so Jamaica asked me if she could just come to casting,
Okay.
you know, to watch.
Yeah.
And so she came,
Yeah.
and the other producers and the production team, they really liked her personality.
Okay.
And they asked me if she could also be a matchmaker. And so that's how she ended up being cast as the second matchmaker for the show. But I think that they both, you know, they both have very opposite personalities.
Yeah.
So I think that they both, you know, brought something different to the table. And, you know, reality shows, drama sales, you know, so that's kind of, you know, what you need. You know, if you just got something boring, you know, let's be real, right? This is a gay lesbian reality show.
Right.
If you don't have some of those viral moments and dramatic moments, you know, other people are not going to be as quick to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the comments said, did that girl really have to go get her dog
in the middle of the night?
We actually had that same question.
She said she did.
And you believe her. So you have people like looking at social medias. Did the girls have to get their phones up? Like, how does that work?
No, they did not have to get their phones up. And, you know, I can't tell you about a lot of rules in the house, right? Because, of course, I stayed at my own home.
Mm-hmm.
I rented that house for the girls to stay at. You know, they were supposed to stay there day and night. I think they did tell them, like, if they had, like, prior work engagements and stuff like that, you know, they could leave. But they kind of, like, had to get permission, you know, in order to be able to leave. And they definitely were not supposed to be leaving at night, because what type of work engagement you got at night unless you a hooker or a stripper or what?
You know, came back with the same clothes.
Right, 6 foot.
Came back with the same clothes on, you know. So, and it just goes to show how production works, right? Because that is something I would have never known had my production team not have told me. You know what I mean? So. Yeah, now the girl with the dog, you know, it did seem plausible, you know. you know, she had text messages, you know, that she was showing me, and I was gonna let her stay. You know,
Mm-hmm.
now I don't think she would have got very far, you know, with all these, you know, massage tricks and shit she was doing, you know, on the side. But
But you said
you
it
know,
turned you on. You said stuff like that turns you on.
yeah, not as my woman, you know what I
Oh,
mean? But
okay.
like,
Okay.
you know, just on like some freaky stuff, you know what I'm saying?
I got a question though. So before we get, we're gonna go girl by girl with you.
Right.
But before we
Okay.
get into that, I just want to comment on the dog comment. So for me, I don't have dogs.
I have two.
She has 2 dogs.
I don't play by mine.
I understand why she was crying and stuff, but I just felt like if you doing all this crying because Snoop asking you why the fuck you left, like that's nobody wants to take on that emotional burden. So I'm gonna
Yeah,
interview her
it
too.
was it
It's
was
too
it was
much.
very dramatic and just a little too emotional for me.
It
You
was
know
too
what I
much.
mean? So yeah, for sure.
Okay, so look, we're gonna go girl by girl because we were sitting here. Listen, we talk every day, so we
Every
was
day.
getting into it, getting ready. So I'm gonna
This
go
your
down.
that's your y'all besties.
Where is
We're
that?
besties. We're besties.
Okay.
Listen.
That's
All right, so look. I'm gonna go down the list. So the first one, I want to get your thoughts on them, and then we'll give you our thoughts, so everybody can see
okay.
kind of that way. When y'all go tune in, y'all gonna see what we talking about.
Yep.
So the first one, Lala, DC.
DC.
I thought she was beautiful, but what threw me off, I'm not gonna lie, episode 2, the lesbian, she don't like to use a strap. She said she was still bisexual. I understood why you brought her in the house, but I just felt like maybe she should have been left at the casting call. Only, and I like her, and I'm gonna talk to her too. But I just feel like she should have been left at the casting call because if you still like me and you don't really
Right.
like the strap, like what we doing? Are you a real lesbian? So I
Yeah,
understand you being
but you know,
comfortable.
some lesbians don't use a strap at all sexually. You know,
So
so
we wanted to ask
Yeah, go ahead.
what type of. There's a lot. Okay, because my best friend, he's gay. He's right. I'm straight. You know, you're lesbian, so we're different, right?
oh, you straight, so you don't even know what's going on.
She know Snoop. She know.
No,
Okay.
I know, but I don't know a lot about because we don't. There's not a lot of like highlights about like lesbianism, like what it is. Like,
Mhm.
so what kind of there's women who don't use straps, women who do use straps, women who
Yeah, so for me, I like somebody to do a little bit of everything, you know,
Mhm.
and I've never had anybody, even if it like starts that way, I think it's just about the person. You know, there was actually a conversation that we had about this at the dinner table that just ended up not making the cut because we just
Okay.
Mhm.
did not have the time in that episode to put it in there.
Okay.
But that did not bother me about DC at all. You know,
Right.
if you know my background, you know, my ex-wife, you know, she was bisexual. I've dated a lot of
Mhm.
bisexual women.
Okay.
I guess it just seems to be what my ass is attracted to, you know, but when I say bisexual, you know, now you can't still be messing with niggas while you
Right.
messing with me. You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, you got to leave that where it is.
He
But and
ain't
as
that
long as
bad
that's
though.
the case,
He does mess
that's
with me.
fine with me. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But I do like somebody that is open sexually, you know, about what
Mhm.
it is that they're willing to do.
Mhm.
But my first impression on DC, I liked her. I thought she was a beautiful girl.
Mhm.
I thought she was wholesome.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
thought she came off mature.
Mhm.
You know, and you know, she's somebody that like if I had seen her on the streets, you know, I probably would have tried to holler at her, you know,
Yeah.
just off of face value.
Right.
I'm gay and say the same thing.
Yeah. No, she's beautiful for sure.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, but what made you send her home though?
So
Mhm.
I sent her home. I sent her home at the end of episode 6, and the reason why I sent her home is I just didn't feel like she was bringing enough, you know, fire, bringing enough heat. You know, I didn't feel a connection with her. You
Okay.
know, I felt like we could end up being cool, being friends, but I just did not feel any type of romantic chemistry there at all.
Even with the dance.
No, she didn't make it to the
Oh,
dance,
she
or
did.
did she?
Oh, I thought she did.
Actually, she did.
No,
She
she
did.
didn't get met
See,
at
and
the
I don't
yeah.
even remember
Okay.
it.
All right.
So,
Okay.
That bitch ain't memorable.
Okay. 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 So blue, right?
Blue Simone.
yeah.
That's I love her for you.
Mm-hmm.
You guys' first date was everything. It was everything a first date should have been.
Uh-huh.
What was your impression when you first met Blue? Because besides the tattoo wasn't there, would you still have picked her?
I think that the tattoo definitely kept Blue around, more, just to come in. I mean, she came in swinging, you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying, with that
Yeah.
tattoo. Like I said, she's not the first person that's ever tattooed my name on her, but the
Hey,
fact
get
that she
into
came,
it.
you said what?
I said, get into it, period.
But just the fact that she came with the tattoo, I thought was like, okay, that's pressure, you know what I'm saying? So it made me want to get to know her more. Now, had I met Blue off the streets, I probably never would have like looked twice at her. You know what I'm saying?
You know
She
why?
just was not, really my type. But that made
Okay.
me look past, some of those things and decide to get to know her, and I think that Blue is definitely like a ride or die,
Sure.
type person. Um, but I felt like there was a lot of emotional immaturity that came out, towards those later episodes.
No, for sure.
Okay.
Okay. And the next one, teen, Jamaican teen.
Jamaican teen.
So I will say I was rocking with her up until your friends start questioning her. And I feel this is for someone that dates someone. Well, he's on the live. I don't give a fuck. But this is someone whose family.
Hey, boo.
Right. This is someone whose family is very inquisitive. They ask a lot of questions, because they're trying to protect their loved one.
Right.
I felt she cracked under pressure. And I was like, okay,
Absolutely.
you do have to go. Because, like, if you can't stand this, because I would have told your friend, hey, baby, look, I ain't here for you. I'm here for Snoop.
Yep.
So all them questions you can save when we get by the fire pit. And we can talk later. She said, we gonna talk now. I'd have been like, Snoop, come get your girl. I'm here for you.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, she cracked under pressure, and it kind of turned me off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
I totally agree with you. I don't think I could say it any better than what you just did. When I first met her, I thought she was, very sexy. I was very turned on by her. Definitely wanted to get to know her more. I loved her accent.
Right.
And I was really into her. I like Jamaican food. I was looking forward to getting me a little curry chicken, baby, a little oxtail or something. You know what I'm saying? But yes, she definitely cracked under pressure, and there just was nothing I could do about that.
Yeah.
So, and I felt like she wasn't, she wasn't really there that much for me. If it was that easy, for her to walk on up out of there. So,
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You got the next one.
I mean, Charm. That's the one with the dogs.
Yeah, so like I didn't even really I couldn't really get to know her, as much, because her exit was so soon. I will say that, how can I say this with a little coof? I mean, she just kind of came off as a little whorish, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
From I mean, the very first time I sat down with her, I asked her if she's ever done anything strange for a little change, or maybe something on the side, and she said, "Yeah, I've done I've done something like that before," and I was just like, "Oh my God!" Like, damn, and I mean, but she was honest, you know what I'm saying? She was real, Now, I did try to get her to address it again, when I seen her, which is when we were filming episode 2. And she did not want to go into the details as of how or why, and that's one thing about me that's kind of getting me in trouble in the past. I'm a very understanding person. So, probably had she been like, I was in school, I was homeless, whatever, I probably still would have kept her around my stupid ass, not learning from the past. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I mean, she blew me away with that. So she probably wouldn't have made it very far, because she just wasn't. I mean, not only did she say that, but she definitely just came in just acting like she did things that were
for money,
for a little change,
Yeah.
we talked about that. Yeah, I get that too. Now, no, it's a no. So the other one, this is one I just felt I just didn't get it. I'm being very tactful because I want to talk to them directly too. Thanks for sending that stuff over. Ebony, I didn't understand.
Who is that?
Oh, Lord.
Wait, she whispered in your ear the money? She blurred the money was eyes.
Unicorn Nurse.
Unicorn Nurse.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I just
You like her?
I like her as a person. I like her as a friend.
Okay.
You know, I don't like her as someone for me.
Okay.
But she's a very dope person. She's a really sweet,
Yes.
mature woman. You know, it just was not a connection there for the
Got it.
two of us, you know, but there is nothing negative that I can say about her at all, you know.
Yeah.
Even like I said, you know, the dance scene, I mean, that shit was hilarious, right? But you know, I mean, hell, I gave her a C- for effort. She could have been like, oh, no, I'm not doing that. That is just, you know,
Yeah.
not within the realm of, you know, what I do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, but she's cool. You know, she just wasn't my type per se.
I get you needed that in the lineup. I was so confused because she was just like so quiet in the back, and I think I was like, I said, it's given like we said, raised by your grandma.
Yes.
Very.
That's why they said the place was old looking.
Yeah.
That's what they said. Well, it was you, Snoop.
That was me. That was me.
I'm like, I don't get it. I was like, Ebony, but she seemed very, very nice, and I was like,
yeah, she seems
that's
sweet.
that's not the lineup.
She is very nice. You know, I think she's a good person. She's very career oriented, very driven.
I like that.
And she's gonna be a good woman for somebody. It just ain't gonna be for Snoop.
Okay.
I like Snoop. All right. So this next one, though, is about to be controversial. Go ahead.
Tutu.
Oh Lord.
Yes.
I gotta be careful what I say about Tutu, honey. She know where I live. She'll been blowing my house up, baby. That thing.
That's what I was thinking, because I'm like, everything that happened, she's like, y'all never play on my name. I'm like, wait, you gotta calm down, because I was like, Jamaica's there.
Yeah.
Jamaica's there. You better calm down. I was scared for her. I was scared.
Right.
But your first
man,
impression.
Tutu, you know, she was good for TV. You know, I initially liked her. I thought that, you know, so it's like, you know, you meet somebody and but then you see like different sides of them. You know what I'm saying? So that was kind of how it was. So the first representative of Tutu that I met the very first day, you know, she came off, you know, she's been married before. You know, she said she's a total lesbian. I think, you know, she had a daughter. She's got a daughter, a little girl. And she seemed to be like really into like mental health, really into like investments. You know, she talked about her dispensaries, but man, them actions, they wasn't the same thing. So, you know, I got to hear it. I think Tutu probably got into it with every single cast member in that damn house, you know. So it's like, you know, I don't know how you can explain something like that, you know. And even, I mean, her cut was just, you know, hilarious. You know, she even she damn near punched the cameraman and, you know, tried to, you know, punch the camera. You know,
when it was following her out the house.
Oh, she was like, yeah. Oh,
yeah.
You know, we know somebody like that. I think she thinks she's more positive than what she is, because she's like, I uplift women.
Right.
I'm like, girl, I ain't seen none of that since you've been on these episodes. All I see is combativeness. But I'm gonna get into that one. Yeah. I'm gonna get that. So the other one, Miss 6 Foot, Jessica.
6 foot.
She was beautiful, bombshell.
Yeah.
Why did you eliminate her?
Okay, so 6 foot. 6 foot and I are actually friends to this day. So, you know, shout out to 6 foot. She'll definitely be on some of the tour stops with me. But
shout out.
6 foot is somebody that I think is very misunderstood. And I think like initially, I honestly didn't think she liked me for real. You know, I kind of thought that like maybe she was there for the TV opportunity. I thought that she was like really into attention.
Yeah.
I just did not forget, you know, when I was shooting some scenes, you know, for the very first episode, and she had arrived at my restaurant and was outside, and some guys were trying to holler at her, and she seemed to be, you know, open to, you know, the invitations, you know what I mean? So that always stayed in the back of my head. I think out of everybody that was on the show that initially came on the show, I felt like 6 foot was the most polished.
I agree.
Now, like her physical stature is just, you know, I'm 5'8", 6 foot is a good 6 foot,
Yeah.
6 feet. You know what I'm saying? So I do generally like for my woman to be the same height as me or shorter. You know what I mean? So that, she just was a lot of woman for me. But I think she is a very beautiful woman. She's very well put together.
Yes.
I did have questions about whether or not she was only on OnlyFans or whatnot. But now that I do know her and I have developed a friendship with her, she is a very successful project manager. And she's not, a very attention-seeking person, So
Yeah. I
I
see.
think that she was very misunderstood on the show, and I never realized that she liked me for real until I cut her and she started crying.
That's
You
what I was
know,
gonna say. When them, she's like, I don't want to be around the cameras. I tried to be this person. I was like, I think Snoop made a mistake.
and I kind of felt that way as well. But and like she was the one that had, and I didn't realize it until afterwards that she had brought all those balloons
Yep.
that had the different things, about why she liked me.
Yeah.
She really, went out of her way. Like even the basket that she gave me, every single item in that basket, I ended up using,
Yeah.
and it was something thoughtful.
We're gonna get into
What?
this.
But that too. But where you been though? You left that house. You said you went home.
Exactly. Exactly.
I think
we never got the update on that. Never.
I'm gonna get it for you. Don't worry.
Well, she came back with a basket. So, do we think that she went shopping for you?
Not that late at night.
Not that late at night.
Sorry, I just like her. Sorry. Okay.
No, I'm gonna get into that. I'm gonna get that answer for her. We're gonna pry that out of her.
Okay, so
this next one is funny.
Patricia, we're gonna call her Funk Box number 2. No, no. This is the thing. The whole thing about the hygiene, right? I was watching Funky Dineva, and he showed your clip.
Yeah.
When I tell you, I got my entire life, and it just so happened that you reached out to my best friend, and we're here now. When I tell you, I got my entire life, I said something's going on.
Yeah. She did.
How did you? Okay, so how did you smell? How did the smell come? Because when she came up to you, she was behind you, right? Remember the first time y'all got like close, she was behind you, right? Is that bad?
I don't remember that part. So yeah. So first of all, shout out to Q, who's one of my really good friends. I appreciate him for shouting out the show on his segment.
Okay.
So Patricia, man, she was interesting. So she is actually one of the girls that they brought in to sit down and have a one-on-one with me.
Okay.
The very first episode. And when she got up to show me how she does security or whatever, I smelled her then. And I can't totally describe the smell. It did not.
Did it seem like an infection? Like, did it seem like it was something growing in there? Like,
oh God. First of all, it's only one woman that I've ever slept with that I smelled, and I let her know, during the middle of the situation, So, but it smelled like, just like Tutu said, I don't know if like maybe she had came on her period, or had a too old tampon in,
like a fishy type of.
It was like fish and funk.
Yes, a mixture of like of an accumulation of things, right? And
Lord,
so but it was strong. It was very strong. And so, that first episode, I smelled a few of them. And I was shocked because this is the thing. And, I've gotten a lot of flack, for that particular scene.
Yes.
But you know what? I don't care. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't, because this is the thing. A lot of people are just like, well, why didn't she pull her to the side? Why should I have to pull your overgrown ass to the side and tell you something that you already know?
Right.
That don't make no damn sense, baby. My daughter ain't here on earth no more. That would be the only person that I would be needing to pull to the side and let her know, hey, get yourself together now. You know what I'm saying? I shouldn't have to tell no grown ass woman that then came on a dating show.
Yes.
On a show to date somebody,
right?
To get your hygiene together,
right?
To me, that don't make no motherfucking sense. And the
Right.
thing is I warned you the first day. I gave a public announcement the very first day. I said, hey, some of y'all ain't had a hygiene together. I didn't call nobody out. I just made a general public announcement. So then comes day 2. Now, day 2 at the time, I didn't really know who I was going to send home because, mind you, I hadn't spent enough time with these women to even know who to send home. A couple of the girls came up to me and they said, hey, I'm not going to be able to stay in this house if she's staying there. She stinks, there's blood, left in the bathroom and, all of this type of stuff. And then one of the producers came up and said, hey, man, she got to go home tonight. And so I ended up being around her again. And it's like, and it's another thing, like when you can smell it through the clothes, you know what I'm saying? That's another thing. But I think some people have gone smelling bad for so long that they didn't get used to the smell.
Mm-hmm.
And she actually did a video.
No, I seen.
Yeah, she did a 3-part video on TikTok. And I was hosting a party Friday. That's when she first released it. So I didn't even get to watch this shit until Saturday night.
Right.
And to me, in the video, she's alluding because she's saying that people that she's known for years. And now, don't get me wrong, y'all. So when the video first got to circulating around and going viral and stuff like that, first of all, I'm an executive producer of the show. So I've been seeing the show months and months ago. Okay. I could have took that part out. I was on the floor dying laughing when I seen it. Mind you, I'm drunk as hell filming this as well. And I was just like, oh, wow, I cannot get that fucked up again filming this show, number one. But number 2, I was like, this is a viral moment. We have to keep it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I did think about her and I felt bad for her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because, I knew that it would be embarrassing for her. You know what I'm saying? And she does say in this video that, coworkers and stuff like that. But to me, the things that she's saying in this video, because she mentions, just imagine people that's known you for years, coming up to you saying stuff. And the thing is they've smelled you too.
Mm-hmm.
And now this is an opportunity because they just didn't know how to tell you. That's why these motherfuckers that have known you for years are now saying something because, somebody that's known me for years, if somebody said it, I think they're going to be like, no, the fuck she done. I ain't never smelled Snoop.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But no, these people knowing you for years are just now saying something because they're tired of smelling the shit, and putting up with it. So, and then she also says in this video that she prayed to God to go viral.
Well, look at Nasty. Oh, Funk Box number 1. But they said that, listen, they said, well I don't want to get beat up by Tutu, but they said Tutu was Funk Box number 2. Did you smell Tutu?
I never smelled Tutu.
They said
Hold on. So you said you smelled a couple of them during the audition. Who are those
I smelled people? Throughout the show. I smelled 3, and I really don't want to go into.
Can you just? This is Juicy Talk Radio.
It
was a second one that was sent home, which was Luscious. And now I did not say that I smelled Luscious breath. Luscious. So everybody keeps saying that I said that it was her breath.
Yeah,
and,
that's what
and Blue went and said, Snoop never said it was her breath. I mean, some of them I smelled their pussy. Yeah. Some of them I smelled their butt. Yeah. Some of them it was a and I need to word this right, but just like lower poverty individuals, that may, have grown up maybe in public housing or something like that. They just kind of have it like a stench, you know what I mean?
Like the Dial soap type of women.
Oh no, baby, I like Dial soap, but it's just like a stench of maybe old mildew carpet, like it's just I don't know. It's I cannot explain it.
Down and Dove, though.
No, there is a difference between Down and Dove.
But out of the 11 women, I smelled 3 of them extremely strong. Okay. We know
one.
Patricia. Come on, Snoop. Bear with us. Come on, you got it. Come on.
But I mean, you got Luscious, you know. I sent her home for hygiene reasons as well. And the third one, I'm not gonna say who the third one was. That's gonna
Can
be
we
another.
guess?
Can we give you the top three and if just tell us if we hot or cold, okay?
Okay.
Good. Can I say one? I was
Yeah.
gonna what's the one name? She just slipped me. Hat Girl.
I was gonna say Hat Girl.
But I will say, Hat Girl is the only one on the show that I do not like at all.
No.
Period.
Let's talk about it.
I couldn't stand her ass.
Let's talk about it because
okay.
you sent her home because she was talking mess about you, right?
Yeah.
So what's happened after that? Like, cause that's all you didn't really
Nothing
give it no
that I
mind.
knew of, but like as the clips got to going viral, like on like so like last week, I don't remember if it was last week or the week before, Hollywood Unlocked in the neighborhood talk, you know, the clips were on there. And so she was in the comments, you know, talking shit about me. I was not even like crazily surprised. You know what I'm saying? To the point that she's been blocked from the Snooping For Love page.
Oh, wow.
But she was just like, you know, somebody was like, you know, oh, I don't even see how they was able to sit there with a straight face. I would have been cracking up laughing. And she was like, you know, we were all surprised. We were all shocked and da-da-da-da-da. And it was just like, girl, no, y'all wasn't, because 3 of y'all came up to me and asked me to send the girl home. You know what I'm saying? You know, she claimed to have not really have been there for me. And it was like, yes, you did, because you was damn near crying at the
exactly.
In the room with your homeboys.
You just knew that I didn't like you like that. You know what I mean? But I was never, man, this is the thing. Like, I was never nasty or rude, period. Like, even in that scene when I had to tell Patricia Jr. about herself, you know, I tried to handle that.
Oh, Lord.
I tried to handle that with care. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To tell her something that Patricia Sr. should have taught her years ago. You know what I mean? But he a mess. But yeah, Hat Girl is the only one that like I just did not care for. And it wasn't even how she acted on the show, but it's like shit she's there after. And you know, the fact that she was going around spreading those rumors about me, you know what I mean? That's like somebody telling you that the sky is fucking orange. Bitch, I'm looking up at it and it's blue.
Right.
You know what I mean? So why the fuck am I going to go tell some other motherfuckers that the sky is orange? It's not. You know what I mean? So it's just like anything that somebody is telling, like I'm a very well-known person in Atlanta. You're going to hear all type of rumors about me. That's like me being in business with 2 Chainz and I'm hearing some shit and I'm going around. No, like I'm actually friends with this nigga. I know him. You know what I mean? So I'm not about to be spreading stuff that I know is a lie. Girl, you done been in this motherfucking $2 million house. You know what I'm saying? You know I'm not broke. You know what I mean? The corner that you're getting on every single day is mine. We didn't rent this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So it was just no sense for that. Like, and she tried to clean it up. You know, once she was eliminated, you know, at the elimination and be like, you know, like, you know, I apologize and stuff like that. But, you know, like she's, and I don't even think we even know the same folks, you know. But then even how she tried to come on the next day, you know, on the next episode, you know, and be talking shit about Figure 8, you know what I mean? And I don't know if that stuff was true, a lie or not. I don't think so. I don't think that Figure 8 would ever sleep with anybody that Hat Girl could get. So I just don't even see even being in the same league of even dating the same type of motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, you know, just some of the comments that she's been making, like on various posts and stuff like that. And like, I'm the type of person, like, I'm not gonna like be up all in the comments going back and forth with folks and all of that. I'm too above that. You know what I'm saying? I know from them clips, half of the people are going to be like, oh, well, she shouldn't have came on the show like that. And half of the people are going to be like, oh, no, she could have pulled her aside, you know, or whatever. You know what I mean? That does not bother me. But for you to have been on the show and all of that, and for you to be publicly tarnishing my name, I don't have no respect for that. So she won't be somebody that will be seen on tour with Snoop.
But even when she was in the house, because she was in the house until what, like seven, eight episodes?
Nah, she got eliminated episode 5.
Oh, 5. Okay. You weren't trying to talk to her or nothing. You just didn't like her at all. Like, Nothing.
I was never attracted to her. You know what I mean? And again, you know, she wore this hat every girl. She even slept in the hat. I started to have them do, but we're gonna do some bloopers that's gonna be on the page. I mean, she even slept in the damn hat. It's just like, did you come on the show to market a hat line or what?
That's crazy.
I was confused because I saw that shirt in City Trends when I ran in there to get a cowboy hat for my cousin party, and I saw that shirt she wore in City Trends, and I was like, the nerve of you to walk up here with a City Trends shirt on, saying that Snoop is broke.
That.
You see the card, you see the house. She got a whole fucking production. I was
Right.
like,
I
now,
paid for the whole show to be done. This is literally my damn show. You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
Right.
I was
Like, girl, I'm
yeah.
paying for you to be here.
So for the last two did Wild Card audition?
No, wild card. Neither did DC. So they
Oh,
had,
but
yeah.
neither did
So
Figure
they
Eight though, right?
neither did Figure Eight, neither did 6 foot. So
Okay.
those four did not come to auditions. Um, so Wild Card in DC, they emailed the production team and was like, you know, hey, you know, I don't live in Atlanta, but I would like an opportunity to be on the show. Production sent me over their information, their pictures, their Instagrams.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like I would be attracted to them, and I approved them to be on the show. And so we flew them in from their respective cities, and and that's how they got on the show. Figure Eight, as well as Figure Eight, as well as 6 foot, were on the show through Jamaica, the other matchmaker. They were associates or friends of Jamaica and had expressed interest in me. And Jamaica said, well, you know, she's doing a reality show. You should come on it.
Okay.
Figure Eight had already had a trip set up to take her son out of town somewhere. And so that was why she wasn't on the show until later.
Okay.
Okay. That makes more sense.
So if I'm just gonna ask, she would bring her son to Atlanta?
No, Figure Eight lives in Atlanta.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah.
So let's just get into the end. So why Figure Eight? 2 questions. Why Figure Eight? And then where's the status of you guys now?
Yes.
Okay, so the status of us now will have to remain for the reunion.
Oh.
Why Figure Eight? Figure Eight, one, I would say her and Wild Card I was most physically attracted to.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Wild Card just never really, like, she just was too in her shell, you know what I mean? She didn't really like bring her personality out like that. I think she tried to, you know, towards the very end. And when I say very end, like the very last episode, but it's like, I'm bringing you back. You're supposed to like really bring the fire. You know what I'm saying? But I felt like Figure Eight, even though she's shown, you know, some emotional instability, you know, as well, especially the episode with Delicious. But I felt like I was most attracted to her. I felt like she saw me the most. Especially with my grief and, you know, what I had been through.
Yeah.
I thought that she was the most mature, you know, out of all of the girls.
Okay.
And so I was, you know, willing to give her a try, you know, the most out of everybody. At the end, it was between, you know, her, Wild Card, and Blue.
Right.
I just didn't feel like Blue. I mean, I feel like Blue actually tried to leave several times, you know, the last 2 episodes because she felt so inferior to Figure Eight.
Right.
And I just, you would not be able to hold a match to the type of people that I'm around, you know, if this was how, you know, you reacted to this situation, you know. Right. So, you know, you wouldn't be able to walk with me, you know, to award shows and, you know, the this, the that, you know what I mean? Different events and parties and stuff and feel comfortable and secure in your own skin. And so I felt like, you know, out of all of them, Figure Eight was, you know, and I felt the most connection with her, you know, as well.
What kind of connection?
Yeah.
See, we know what's going on. We know what's going on.
What's going on?
So I guess for me, I felt like that's like going to a casting call and like I auditioned, I went through all the steps, and then
Cook,
y'all
dance.
walk somebody in, and then they win. It's like, where the fuck this bitch came
Because
from?
you should have just picked the bitch.
Well,
Pick the
I
bitch.
feel like, you know, from the moment that she came in, I feel like, you know, she did all of the challenges, you know, to the T, you know. I mean, she definitely showed out during the dance competition.
Drea.
The cooking challenge, you know, she was, you know, not as up to par, you know what I mean? But you know, I felt like, you know, she brought it, you know, from the moment that she was, you know, able to be on the show.
Right. I get it. She showed up when she came, she showed up and she won. I get it. I get it.
So there was 4 comments I seen roll by. A lot of us want to know when is the reunion, and we need to be in the backstage.
Well, we don't.
Okay, we're actually working on that now.
Okay.
So I don't have a date for that, but it will be soon.
Okay.
Okay. So question: you gonna allow Hat Girl at the reunion?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right. And then Funk Box
And of course, with my mouth, you know, she will be addressed.
Yes, yeah. And she's gonna be respectful. She's not gonna disrespect you. Like she's not even
Nah,
that kind of girl. She's
nah.
talk shit online, like, girl, please.
Yeah.
So okay, all right.
Okay. So the last 2 things I want to address. One, I'm going to address what me and you talked about. A few people in my DMs and us together, we felt like one of your the host was a little bit of a little hater. What's the name?
No, yeah. Mickey, does she like women?
Mickey is bisexual.
Okay. We feel like she really likes
really,
you.
really likes
She
you.
likes
Really?
you. Oh
I've
my
never
God.
heard that.
I caught it 3 episodes. One, when you were eliminated, I saw her eyes. And actually, I'm going to stop and screenshot for you. I saw her eyes where she looked at some of the girls. And then I think it was one episode when you was talking about Jamaican team. She said, it's okay, let the trash take itself out. And I was like,
girl.
No, that's Jamaica.
That's
Jamaica.
no, that was Jamaica.
Jamaica.
Yeah, that was Jamaica. But
And
Mickey, I felt like she had more than friendship for you. That's how I feel.
Really?
Yeah.
No, not at all.
No?
Not at
Okay.
all.
you probably don't see it.
We do.
Maybe. Nah.
And then so you had Drea Kelly on the show. You had Delicious. Who else? You had chefs on the show, which was awesome. Those are all your friends.
Yep.
That's awesome. So are you, depending on the reunion, do you think there's going to be a number 2? Or are you going to?
It's a high possibility.
Okay.
Crazy 8 didn't make it, y'all.
No.
I answered the question.
Listen.
Crazy 8 is gone.
She's a little unstable. She really is. She's unstable.
So Snoop, before
go ahead. No.
Snoop, before you go, just let us know like what are the latest projects you have. I know we've been to Escobar. Like,
yeah, we love Escobar.
That's the spot. Good hookah. Good job on that.
Yeah, I'm pretty much just, man, I'm like in semi-retirement stage. I do have a book that I recently dropped that I've really been pushing a lot. The book is about my life. It's about me losing my daughter. That whole process, you know, I actually found my daughter deceased. She passed from a accidental drug overdose. She took a Percocet that was laced with fentanyl that she had actually bought out of one of my restaurants. So I've really just kind of slowed up on a lot of business things and, you know, just had to like take a lot of time off to just like heal and grieve properly. And then just kind of going through a divorce right off the bat. You know, it took some time to, you know, recover from all of that, but I'm definitely going to be doing more TV and film projects. I'm heavily devoted to my students that I help open up their salon suite businesses. I do a national salon suites conference every year. So we had the 3rd one. Next year is going to be the 4th one.
Okay.
And I think I'm probably going to do like more in the grief space and just, you know, more in the entertainment space, you know, so.
Okay.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that about your daughter.
For sure.
That was a subject we
want to stay away from.
We wanted to stay away from unless you brought
it.
But
we are sending our condolences.
Yes.
I appreciate it.
For sure.
Appreciate it.
So Snoop, well, thank y'all for tuning in. Snoop, we'll be in touch because we need to be
backstage.
We got
hosting because we got questions.
And Snoop, please, I'll keep you posted. We're gonna interview some of the girls, so make sure you tune in case there's any misalignment. I need you to.
No, we're gonna pull up your stats when Hat Girl get her ass on here and bring her to fit. Cause bitch, how dare you?
I dare.
But how dare you, Chad?
Yeah, but it was so good.
I really appreciate y'all. I enjoyed this. This was so much fun, and good luck to y'all with everything y'all got going on. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
I have a good night.
You too.
All right.